We have Miss Michelle Walker Davis. And Miss Michelle is a managing partner for the Imperial Management Group, a development consulting firm for government grants and contracts. She's an award winning grant writer, having secured over $2.9 million in funding. Michelle is also the founder and transformative coach for Women of Power and Transformation, also known as WOPAT, whose primary purpose is to transform lives through coaching and mentoring. Michelle is a real estate investor with a portfolio of 2 million in real estate and has served as a general contractor for one of two homes of which she's built from the ground up. She is a former college professor at Mercer and Gloucester County Colleges. She has spent over 15 years as a trainer and facilitator for the implementation of government programs and teaching grant writing workshops for faith based and other nonprofit organizations. In addition, she's a former senior congressional evaluator with the General Accountability Office and has served on award panels and review committees. She has won numerous awards and honors for high caliber assistance on federal programs, grants, and contracts. Michelle is a visionary and currently has a book, two television shows, and an internet radio program in development. She holds dual degrees from Syracuse University and a certificate from the Entrepreneur Institute at Rutgers University. Michelle is a member of the Matthews Broadcast Network leadership team, the AACCNJ, the NAACP, and a proud member of the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. She's married to her college sweetheart, Martin Abdul Davis, and through this union, they have four amazing children. All right, Miss Walker Davis, the floor is yours.
Wow, thank you so much. Great morning, great afternoon, everybody. Woo! Powerful, powerful morning day. I'm just sitting here like, oh my gosh. First of all, DJ Q Boogie, did she not set it off? I mean, I jammed, that's the AKA stroll, my pinky was up, everything. And then she went into living my life like it's golden. Come on now, living my life like it's golden. And then the last song that I heard was, Let's Go, It's Your Time. Come on now, it's your time. I'm talking to Black women out there. We are the rulers of this earth. We are the queens. Okay, we've been through a whole lot, but it's our time right now. We are invincible. We come through generations of women that have done some amazing things, that are doing amazing things. Look at Logan right now. I'm just loving seeing her. My God, we're talking intergenerational right now. But let me tell you, this conference, Sansere, you're awesome. God is leading you into some uncharted territories, and you're bringing together legions of women to help support and to empower each other. So we're talking about being fit and favored. That's what we're doing right now. We're making ourselves a priority. You couldn't do anything better than that, than invest in yourself. When I'm dealing with women of power, and we know they wear a lot of hats, a lot of responsibility, is peeling those layers away is very difficult because we put our defenses up. We're so used to fighting and boxing our way, we don't know how to embrace or even to accept a simple thank you or a compliment. Compliments were hard for me. You know, even listening to my own introduction, I was shivering like, who is that person? You know, I don't care about all that stuff right now. The only thing I care about is the here and now, how we use this time, how we invest in ourselves, and we empower one another. So what I'm going to do right now, I want to invoke a shift in the atmosphere. I want to show you on one of your hardest days when you think you can't do any more, that life is just overwhelming to you, and especially a lot of moms out there, life gets rough and tough right now. We're in some uncharted territories. We're doing the best that we can. We're trying to tread water. We still sinking. We need a lifeline. Well, I'm going to give you one right now. I'm going to give you an exercise that helps me. And it's very, very simple. I have been in training about breathing and breath. Ever since this pandemic, God has been putting that in the forefront for me. And there's something about that. When we think about coming into this world, the first thing the doctor does when you're born, pats you on the back so you can take your first breath. When we leave this earth, the last thing that we do, we take our last breath. Okay? And in this pandemic, your breath can kill people. 500,000 people have died because of someone breathing on them, catching a virus, and all over the world. So we eat 2 pounds of food a day. We take in 32 liters of water a day, 32 ounces of water a day, but we breathe in 10,000 breaths of air a day. So I want you to be with me, and we're going to do a breathing exercise. Okay? It's the sky method. So we're going to hold our hands like this in a fist, but we're not going to box it out. We're going to hold our hands like this, and we're going to reach up to the sky and release our hands. And let me adjust my camera so you can see that. We're going to reach up, we're going to release our hands. Come down real hard, go up, release our hands. But we're going to breathe in through our nasal cavity and exhale through our nasal cavity. I was breathing through my mouth. Through your mouth is shallow breathing. That's not the way we're supposed to breathe. It took me to get to this age. Logan, it took me to get to 22 to learn how to breathe. Okay? So when you breathe through your mouth, it's shallow. It gets to the lower extremities. But when you inhale through your nose, it brings it all up and it gets the oxygen and everything in the brain. Think about when you have a sinus condition, everything is blocked. When you have asthma, you need a breathing instrument. The nose is the area, the passage to everything in your body, your lungs, everything. So we're going to go up for 6 and come down. And then we're going to breathe in through our nose again for a count of 3. Then we're going to exhale for a count of 5. We're going to do that 3 times. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. We're going to go up, then we're going to come down. And then lastly, we are going to sit and meditate for 1 minute, okay? And I want you to block out every thought that comes into your mind, into your head. As it comes in, release it. Don't even acknowledge it. Practice mindfulness. So, Logan, I need you to help me with this. When we get to that stage in that 1 minute meditation, I need you to let me know when the 1 minute is over, okay?
I'm on it.
Okay, so then let's begin. We got our hands up and we're going to go up and we're going to inhale through our nose, exhale through our nose. We're going to do it 6 times and it's going to make some crazy noise, but that's okay because we're opening up all the passageways in our body. Okay, let's begin.
And that is our time.
Beautiful. Thank you, ladies. I hope that it felt amazing to you because that's the way it feels for me each and every day. It's like I have a new start, a fresh start. And a minute, it seemed like forever, right? And imagine if you did that for 5 minutes or 20 minutes. And here's the thing. You can do that anytime throughout your day. When kids are just getting on your nerves, you just don't think you can make it anymore. Your husband is just saying all the wrong things. And you're just like, you know what? Just go into your little space, do your little breathing, and you'll be good. Okay, Logan, I need you to let me know when it's 5 minutes before my time is up, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to tag team a couple of things. Sierra, when she said about the sun coming out, I don't know where Sierra lives or where she's from, but the sun came streaming through when she said that. It was amazing. That's when you know you're in the right space and the right place because God will do some amazing things for you. And then Electra, was she electrifying? Oh my God. And Dr. Marcy, I changed my presentation this morning. God changed it for me. I was going to talk about something completely different. God put something else in my spirit, so I'm tag teaming you. Amazing. Here is my story, my journey. I am Michelle Walker Davis. I'm a recovering workaholic. I work with women every day that are overworked, overstressed, just doing too much, serial businesses, SERIAL businesses, multiple nonprofits. Here I am, a mother of four, a husband, a dog. Everything that Dr. Marcy mentioned was me, and it's probably you too. Just pick whatever. You know you're doing too much. You got a whole lot on your plate. So we're going to talk about being spiritually, financially, mentally fit. We got to deal with all this stuff that we're carrying. So I hope when you do exercises like that you're releasing all that stuff, all that toxic stuff. When I think about Loretta Devine in the movie, for Colored Girls, when the rainbow's not enough, and she said, somebody done ran off with all my stuff. I started thinking, you know what? Let them have it. They can have all that stuff. You know why? Because it's not going to fit them right. They're not going to wear it right. They're going to break out in hives. They're going to start itching, just all of this stuff. And guess what? I had too much anyways. We have to release that stuff and get rid of all that stuff. So let me tell you, at a very early age, I was put in a leadership program right after college. And I went from a GS-9 with the government to a GS-14 in 5 years. Those of you that are in the government, you know that rarely ever happens. It didn't happen then. It probably doesn't happen now. And most people retire at a GS-11 or 12. Here I was a GS-14 in 5 years. I worked my tail off, right? But I was so androgynous. I was trying to be like one of the boys. I didn't want nobody to look at me. I was just like the boys. And in fact, I was the highest paid Black female, even at 26, coming right out of college with 2 master's degrees, and put in that environment with all that responsibility. And I'll tell you, what was really interesting, they had names for the women that were there. I later found this out later. I didn't know at the time. But one of my counterparts, a white woman, they called her tough as nails. That's how the men talked about her in meetings. And my name, I became the Terminator. I was the Terminator. And the reason was, no matter what they threw on me, no matter what they dumped on me, it could be a whole building, I was coming back. Oh Lord, here she come again. I was the Terminator. And because I was built that way, we're built that way. But let me tell you, it takes a toll on you. So I had a sorority sister that was doing workaholic retreats. And every year she wanted to take me away. And I refused. I don't want to go on a retreat. A workaholic, I don't know what that is. I'm good. I don't want to be around all women. I'm young, that type of thing. Had another baby. She'd come back around. You need to come away with us. We're going on a workaholic retreat. Now I'm good. Please, no, thank you. Third year, another baby, whatever. She says, you need to go away. Your life is like putting a round peg in a square peg, and you're going to crash and burn. She said, in fact, let me talk to your husband. I said, good, whatever. Right after church, she goes over to my husband, talks to him, and I hear my husband say, whatever you can do to fix her, please do. I thought we were good. I thought everything was good. The children, everything. I didn't know I had left all these casualties behind. They couldn't keep pace with me. I was just so driven, wanting to have the best, do the best, be considered the best, that American dream, all of those things. But my family was suffering. I was the PTA regional director over 10 schools. My children got tired of me going to meetings. All they wanted was mom. I was out trying to save the community because somebody had to do it, right? At the same time, I was the health planner for Burlington County, 400,000 residents, responsible for putting together a master plan. At the same time, working for the state as a partnership coordinator for New York, Pennsylvania, and New York, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey, okay? And teaching at 2 community colleges. Workaholic, didn't even see myself. Somebody got to do it, right? Somebody got to teach them kids. But here's the thing. Went on that retreat, and my pediatrician's nurse practitioner went with me. And not only were we at a 5-star resort in Morocco, 11 days, spa treatments and everything, but when we got to our sessions, we were supposed to read 2 books. No one had read the books because we were too busy. We start reading the book at our table sessions, and the floodgates just opened. For me, I saw myself. It was Ayanna Van Sant's, one of her meditations, and it was, now that you've become the man that you've always wanted to be, who would want to be with you? I had I was trying to run my house and everything else with these masculine attributes, and I didn't want anyone to see the femininity in me. I came back, and that was 20 years ago. In fact, it was 24 years ago because my baby is now 24. But let me tell you this, while I was in Morocco, I called my husband. I left him with 4 children, and one was a baby that couldn't even speak. And I called my husband one day, and he said, guess what? The baby spoke. And I said, for real? What did he say? Where's mama? Yeah, true story. True story. And here's the thing, I could have fallen apart. I could have been guilt ridden. I could have just been like, okay, like Truck Tom Cruise or whoever Cruise is, and book the next ticket out of there. But I didn't, because God had me there for a reason, for self-care. I needed healing. I needed someone to take an interest in me and let me get my life back, to become Michelle, Clarice, Walker, Davis, and not all these responsibilities that I had. So with Women of Power and Transformation, I work with women that are powerful women. I help rebuild them, restore them, and have them reach back and bless somebody else. So that's my story. I hope I've empowered you. And Logan, how much time do I have remaining?
7 minutes.
7 minutes, great. Because now I want to share my screen. And everything I do is a life story. And I'm still growing, I'm learning, as they say, and it is for real. You know, I am a lifelong learner, as most of you probably are too. Okay, so let's see if I can do this. It's always interesting. So this is the organization to build up a community of powerful, overworked, overstressed, overwhelmed women by helping them reposition their power to create a more work life, and I want to add family and community balance. Okay, we have initiatives supporting 100 women-owned businesses to create $100 million in wealth. Our boot camp is sponsored by Wells Fargo Bank and the African American Chamber of Commerce. We are connecting women of power all throughout the country, globally. All women have the same concerns. We're all trying to do too much to save our communities, our family, and our life, but we need to save ourselves first. You can't help anybody if you're unhealthy. Imagine this, you're the walking wounded. The only thing that's keeping us up, the only reason we haven't fallen down, flat, prostrate, is because all our responsibility is keeping us up. That's the only reason, okay? So I live in a space of wholeness. People talk about wellness, I talk about wholeness, putting it all together to create that balance. This photograph I love. This butterfly, this is a confidence tour. And a lot of women on a daily basis have to deal with a lack of self-esteem and low confidence. They don't have people that support them. They don't feel loved sometimes. As a mother with 4 children and a husband, I still felt lonely. I would tell other women I felt at times like a single parent. And the reason was, as a mother, everything still resides, starts and ends with us. I have a beautiful husband. I have a Barack. But for Barack to go to the grocery store, he still asked me to write the shopping list. Come on, somebody, you know? So everything, they're great support, but we still got to drive that ship, okay? you know? So anyways, this butterfly is you right now. And I want you to see it differently. We're meant to be set apart. You're so beautiful. You might want to be a blue butterfly and be amongst all the other blue butterflies and to blend in, but your DNA is such that God only made one like you. You will never be able to blend in. You need to walk in your power, revel in this power, and accept it. You are what you are from day one. It's already in you. You just need to go from that caterpillar stage to that butterfly stage and embrace it. Okay? So we talk about being fit and favored. You've heard everything that everyone said today. Ditto, ditto, ditto. I'm in agreement with it. Free yourself, sisters. Breathe, meditate, rid yourself of all those toxins. I also use aromatherapy, and I've taken a sabbatical, a spiritual awakening. I'll tell you more about that at another time at one of my other events, but it was a great time, and you should think about doing that also. I use various prayer lines. Okay, that's a lifeline. You know, throw yourself, get a preserver. And when you feel like you're down and out, or you want to inspire some other women, take advantage of these prayer lines. And if I could move this over, hopefully you can see it. So there's one, that I do on a daily basis. It's the Women's Prayer Conference, 6 a.m. every morning, 15 minutes, getting my charge. Come on to somebody. And then there's a 7 a.m. with my church. It's 15 minutes. They do scripture, observation. How does it apply to your life? And then they pray. Okay. Then Monday is the International Shades of Beauty prayer line given by my sorority sister and line sister, Dr. Robin Joppi. We're praying with people all over the world in different tongues, accents. It's really interesting how different people pray depending on what country they're from. And that's about an hour. Then Saturday, my other sorority sister, Tisha Davis, does a women's prayer call. That one lasts about 2 hours because we're really just chatting it up as girlfriends and supporting one another. So tap into your power. One single bracelet does not jingle, but you get a group of us together and we are doing that thing. Come on, somebody. DJ Q Boogie, come on now. I also exercise 5 times a week, at least for 35 minutes. Okay, so I want to switch gears before my time is up and throw you another lifeline. And that is, I want to talk about free money that's out there for you. If you have a nonprofit or if you have a small business and you can use $25,000 to $50,000, especially right now during COVID, you need to be made aware of grant funding. There's funding out there for COVID relief, small business, nonprofits, $850 billion in grants in the marketplace, $7 trillion in contracts, government contracts, $7 trillion. I don't even know how many zeros is in trillion. So I was glad I could just do 7 in the T, but come on, somebody. Let me tell you about this money. Out of the $850 billion, half of that comes from the government, from our taxes. No one pays more taxes than us. I wish I had a tax shelter where I only had to pay $750. Come on, somebody, all right? I would be under the jail. I don't know about all those tax shelters, but that is our money. Of the $7 trillion in government contracts, that is our taxpayer money. So let me give you some statistics. Of the $850 billion, that money comes from the government, it comes from private foundations, corporations, and wealthy individuals, right? The $7 trillion comes from our tax dollars, and only 0.004% of minorities receive those contracts. We don't even put in for those contracts. So we can only hold ourselves accountable. If you don't put in, you can't receive, am I right? You can't, it's not gonna happen. 0.004 of us are putting in for those contracts. Out of the $850 billion, 1% are veterans and less than 4% are minorities putting in for those grants. So 95% of the grants are going to white male-run organizations and small businesses. What's wrong with that picture? They have gotten fat off of the land from us far too long. Okay, here comes the savior right now. I have a grant development firm, Imperial Management Group. I am on a mission to get as many of us in that marketplace as possible. Okay, I've already been awarded 2.9 million in grants. Last quarter, we did 55,000. This quarter, we're already into 42,500. We still got 6 weeks to go. We don't win all the time, but one thing I can tell you, if you don't put in, you can't get anything. We're competitive. I'll fight for you, okay? So if you're interested in learning more about grants and contracting, we really specialize more so in the grant side. For contracts, we just help package you, help you put together your capability statements and all those other things. Black women, we are the fastest growing businesses in this country. We account for 20% of the new businesses, but you got to go in business the right way. Why haven't you put in for grants? Because there's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of reading. It's a lot of writing. It's boring. But I will tell you this. My company will partner with you to get you in that marketplace. It is a lot of work, but leave it to the professionals and the experts. We're nationwide. I have over 20 grant development associates working throughout the country and over 4 researchers to find out everything that we need to know. So you don't have to do this alone. You can if you want to, but I'm just giving you a lifeline. If you want to go to my website, fill out the business needs form, tell me about your company, your nonprofit, book your consultation. I'm going to give you a 10% discount for attending this conference today. And let's start the conversation because I'm really serious. I'm mad. I'm angry. When they talk about people and took all my stuff, we got 400 years that they've taken advantage of us. But it's time. It's our time right now. During this pandemic, it's our season. All right. Logan didn't tell me my time is up, but I feel like I said a whole lot. Logan, what's up?
You were right on time, Ms. Michelle. I was actually just about to cut in. I love how you ended that too. That was perfect. Thank you so much, Ms. Michelle, for reminding us to take the time to breathe, to make ourselves our first priority, and that we are all queens. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. I don't see any questions in the chat, but just great feedback. Everyone saying we should hold ourselves accountable. Great information. Michelle, you're very loved, and we've been putting our information here, but again, we'll circle back and put all of her information back up again.
Thank you, Sansa Ray. Sansa Ray means sunshine to me, so. And thanks to all my sorority sisters, all my women of power and transformation out there, all my MBM people. We got this. We got this.
We do got this. I'd love to hear it. So thank you again, Ms. Michelle. We are